What's your full name and pronouns?
My full name is Malia Savannah Hang, but my American friends and people at my job call me Malia, and then my family calls me Savannah. And my pronouns are she, her.
What's your ethnicity/identity?
My ethnicity/identity? Well, I identify as Khmer, but my mother is actually half Ahyang, so she's half white. And then I'm also mixed with a little bit of Native American, but mostly Khmer.
An occupation or industry you're working in or working towards?
So currently I'm a sales and education coordinator for a makeup brand called Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm hoping to work in HR or in creative/visual merchandising in the future.
What ethnicity or race have you been mistaken as, and can you share a story or example?
Yes. So I feel like just like a lot of Khmer people, I feel like I've been mistaken as a lot of different things. It's like Hawaiian, Polynesian, Filipino, a lot of Hispanic. When I used to travel to like Mexico a lot of them just automatically assumed that I was Mexican. And I also get Black and Asian a lot. And I shared this story earlier. When I lived in Vegas, I would meet people from all over the world, all over the country. And whenever an African American person would meet me, they would, every single time, they're like, you know who you look like? And it's always Janet Jackson, so yeah.
What's a stereotype you've heard about Cambodians?
There's a lot, and I think it depends on where you go to, but growing up in Washington State, I think a lot of stereotypes we get are that we're like darker skinned, which is not always the case. In my family, we have some people that are really dark skinned, and we also have some that are very fair. That we drink Hennessy, that we like to party. What other stereotypes? There's a couple like negative ones, but I don't want to bring those up. But yeah, I would say those are probably the main ones.
What does your family call you? Any nicknames?
Yes, so my family calls me Savannah, but I'm sure most Khmer people can relate to this. They kind of like shorten up your name so they don't say the whole thing. So my grandparents call me Wana, Jawan, or some people just call me Vana. And then some of my friends that are Khmer call me Siv, so they don't have to say the whole Savannah, but yeah.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind about being Khmer or Cambodian?
The first thing that comes to my mind? The first thing that comes to my mind, I would say, would be temples, because it was a huge part of my childhood growing up. My grandparents would bring me to the temple every weekend. They would probably go every other day or several times throughout the week, so definitely temples. Monk, Buddhism culture, Buddhism religion, and music, because I think wherever you go, whether it's the temple or whether it's a gathering, I think music is like a really, really big part of our culture.
Do you feel connected with your culture? Why or why not?
I do. When I was growing up, I felt connected to my culture because my grandparents were the main ones that raised me, but I also felt disconnect from my culture because my mother was Christian. So I would go to the Buddhist temple with my grandparents, and then my mom would take me to a Christian church. And when I was with my dad's family, I would hang out with all Khmer people. When I was with my mom, we would hang out with mostly American people. So I think I was connected, but also disconnected in a way. But I think as I grew older, I identify more with Khmer culture. I identify more with the Buddhism religion. So I think now more than ever, I am really connected to my culture.
Why did you want to participate in this project?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't even see that one on there. I wanted to participate in this because I feel like in this generation, and it's not even just Khmer, but a lot of people are getting disconnected from their culture. Especially with the digital era that we're in with social media, people are very pressured to be something else or be someone else instead of sticking true to who they are and what they are and being proud of that and staying connected to that. So me as an individual, I always do anything I can, whatever it is that's related to my culture, whether it's going to a bun or going to like a Khmer gathering or something like this. I participate in whatever I can that's related to my culture, so that way people around me and my Khmer friends and Khmer family can be inspired to do the same, and hopefully I can inspire other people to do the same.
Fun fact you want to share about you or your culture?
A fun fact. What are some that other people share?
Like places they've traveled, the hobbies they like to do, or like Khmer traditions they do with their family.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so when I was younger, just like a lot of younger Khmer girls, I did Rabam Khmer, so I did that from age like 6 probably to like 8. And I really wanted to keep going with it, but didn't get the chance to. But yeah, I did that a lot when I was younger. I know there's a fun fact that I want to share, but it's not coming to my mind. Well, we were talking about it downstairs. I think it's so funny because one of our stereotypes is that we like to drink Hennessy, and it's even though it's like a liquor, it's an alcohol. It's not something that, it may not be like the most positive thing to share, but it was such a big part of like even my life growing up. Like it's all I saw. I didn't even realize that there was other liquors besides Hennessy because it's literally all that I saw. So now, like to this day, my drink of choice is Hennessy. Like it just tastes the best to me. It feels the best. It is super smooth, and yeah.
All right, that is it.